afternoon, everyone. I am now going to discuss the characteristics of reality therapy. First of all, reality therapy focuses on unsatisfying relationships or the lack of relationships. It emphasizes choices and responsibility. In connection to that, therapies never loses sight of the fact that clients are responsible for what they do, for they have their own choices and control in their behaviors. The second characteristic is the reject transference. Transference is the way that both clients and therapists avoid being who they are and they avoid owning what they are doing right now. Since it is reject transference, it means that they are rejecting the transference. It strives to be themselves, and by being themselves, they can use that relationship to teach the client on how to relate to others. It is unrealistic for the therapist to go along with the idea that they are anyone but themselves. For example, during the session, the client might say, or they are possible to say that, I can see you as my mother or my father, and that is why I am behaving like this. And the therapist must say to his or her client that, I am not your mother or I am not your father, but I am myself, because they are striving to be themselves and they must apply it during the session. The third characteristic of reality therapy is that they keep the therapy in the present. Whatever mistakes were made in the past are not pertinent now or not relevant as of now, because it may somehow contribute to the problem, but it is not the problem. People need to live and plan in the present, and they need to take steps to create a better future, because we can only satisfy needs in the present but not in the past. If the client wants to talk about success and achievements, reality therapists listens with just enough time. For example, during the session, the client is possible to look back from his or her past, from his or her mistakes and failures, but the therapist should say that what has happened is over and it cannot be changed. The more we look back from the past, the more we spend time looking back from the past, the more we avoid looking forward for the future. Although our pasts propelled us or brought us to our present, but it does not mean that it can determine our future, because we are free to make our choices. The fourth characteristic of reality therapy is avoid focusing on symptoms. Here, we use traditional therapy wherein therapist asks clients on how they feel right now and what they are obsessing. Focusing on the past protects them or the clients from facing unsatisfying present relationships, and focusing on the symptoms does the same thing. Focusing on the present problems, especially interpersonal concerns, therapy can be generally shortened. The fifth and last reality therapy characteristic is to challenge the traditional view of mental illness, wherein it rejects that people with problematic physical and psychological symptoms are mentally ill. And that is the 5 characteristics of reality therapy. Hi, I am now going to discuss about the therapeutic process of reality therapy. There are 2 therapeutic goals, which are primary goal and the basic goals. The primary goal helps the client to get connected or reconnected with the people they have chosen to put in their quality world, while the basic goal is to help the client learn better ways of fulfilling all of their needs, which are power or achievement, freedom or independence, and fun. The reality therapist's role is not to make an evaluation for his clients, but to challenge his or her clients to examine and make an evaluation for him or herself, and to plan for a change. Therapists needs to convey the idea that no matter how bad things are, there's still hope. Clients' experience in the therapy. Clients are not expected to backtrack into the past, and they will most likely find therapists to be gently but firmly confronting, and they also can expect to experience some urgency during the therapy. Therapist and client relationship. There should be an understanding and supportive relationship or therapeutic alliance, which is the foundation for an effective outcome. Counselor must have certain personal qualities, including warmth, concern, sincerity, openness, congruence, understanding, respect for the client, and the willingness to be challenged by others. They must have fair, firm, friendly, and trusting environment. Counselor assists clients in gaining deeper understanding of their current behavior. And that is the therapeutic process of reality therapy.